Welcome back to another the Magic Guy. And I'm your host, Sean. We're going to be playing a couple different decks today. The first of which is we're finishing a league with the Mardu Saheeli-Mancer. But before we go to that, I wanted to preview to you guys the deck we're going to be playing at the end of that league. We only have 3 more matches in it. This is a sweet, sweet deck. I didn't come up with the 75. This is borrowed from the Nobodies. Also, Nola Gold, you guys will know him as Jody Keith, fellow streamer, fellow Magic player. He's been jamming on this idea. There were a couple 5-0s with the list, but like not much other than that. So maybe it just needs a little bit more innovation or something, or maybe something to break in the meta. I added a greedy red splash. Snuck in a couple of Aether Grids just because this is a card I happen to really like in these heavy artifact decks. I also snuck in some Urzas. I didn't see either of those lists with Urza in them. Urza, of course, because it gives the ability to tap untapped artifacts for mana, lets you go infinite with Thopter-Sword. So that's pretty interesting. We'll see what it does. We'll play it later, though. Let's finish our first league. So this deck is hopefully going to load its art. Doesn't look like it is. We may want to reboot Moto. That's a lot of cards to be missing art on. That's no fun for you guys to watch. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So, after a fresh load of Magic Online, hopefully those pictures will be there. Anyway, how are you guys doing? Anybody playing anything sweet? M20 looks sweet. Just on the Magic, the MTG News. Not that we're an MTG News site or anything like that. We're here to play, get better at Magic, hang out, talk about charities. For example, we're running one at the moment. You guys might not have known that I started up another charity. We're doing the Children's Miracle Hospital Network. If you want to do that, it's tax deductible. It's a good cause. I didn't sign up for any particular hospital, which I've done in the past. I'll usually sign up for a local hospital. This time I just signed up for what's called just Mission Critical Fund. So basically we're letting Children's Miracle Hospital Network choose where the money goes, which may or may not be a good thing. But it's a cool little charity. It's probably one of the better charities I think that I've partnered with in the past. If you guys want to learn more about that, you can click that. You can actually even watch the stream from that website. Anyway, let's get a fresh load. I was looking at kind of my schedule coming up. I don't think I can swing grinding between today and... Although I thought I had the podcast recording today, I don't. That's not for 2 weeks. So, I mean, maybe we could swing trying to grind out leagues and get the remaining points necessary for us to play in the big event this coming Saturday. It's an interesting thought. All right, let's see if the art loads this time. I hope so. Fingers crossed. Yeah, got there. Awesome. Okay, let's play a match. So this is a really, really grindy, probably curve isn't right, period. Saheeli Mardu. So you got Pyromancer, you got Saheeli, bunch of 1-drops, bunch of value, some Blood Moons, Mardu. Now, we did not get off to a good start, though, right? We lost to Infect, actually, and I would think that Infect is a good matchup for us. I kind of did some questionable sideboarding, though, for example, namely taking out both Blood Moons. We should have at least left one in, maybe just run both. On the play, I'm not going to keep this. This is the greedy Singleton Plains. The 6 is much better. Turn 1 Thoughtseize. Yeah, this is a much, much better hand for us. Opponent mulligans down to 5. Seasoned. Actually going to bottom Seasoned. Feels great to Thoughtseize off Blackcleave. Now, these fast lands are good, have always been good. You know, if you've got a modern deck that's primarily 2 colors, it's a great place to be. This might be a freebie. So opponent is playing some form of scape shift, but we have Blood Moon. Now that doesn't mean we automatically win though. I know I said freebie. That means it might be a free game one, but we still need a clock, right? And you know, we're sometimes a pretty slow clock. We're already at 18. We're already dead to scape shift. Oh, I should have shocked there. I meant to click yes. I actually just wanted to cycle this spell bomb. And the reason is because if I cycle this and I hit land, I can slam the Blood Moon all the sooner. So I did mean to shock there to cycle this spell bomb. It's not very useful in the matchup. Now, are we ready to moon though? Opponent's going to be getting basic forest here. Like if I moon, we're all in on just our red. I don't think I'm ready to Blood Moon, to be perfectly honest. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, Blood Moon's great in the matchup, but, they do actually run, sometimes they'll run tutorable removal for Moon in their main board. These are both dead in the matchup, the pushes. I'm trying to find a fetch land so we can at least have single black. But, I mean, if we just have to start slamming Blood Moons, so be it. He actually didn't end up getting his basic forest. Interesting. Okay, Farseek. We may see them get basic here now. No basic green mana. I might just slam Moon. Foothills can certainly still grab forest. Another cliffs. 1, 2, 3, 4 into 5. There we go. Let's dump this 8 and let's dump Black Cleave. I am going to keep Double Moon. So this gets us into black mana if we want it. We shouldn't need black mana. There's only 2 cards in my 75 that need black, just the Lilianas. There's one in our sideboard, and then there's one Liliana of the Veil in the main deck for this list. So I see no... Wow, he just got Mountain. Okay. This is Baloth. Acid Moss. That sucks. He finally gets the basic forest. Oops, I did mean to have a stop here. That's okay. Make him think about Path, even though I totally don't have something like Path. Opponent could be on second forest. Yeah, he just has it. This is Titan. Oh, Acid Moss. Ew. Well, there goes my swamp. He's got a Windswept coming up. Just make sure that the Blood Moon doesn't go away. I'm going to hold this Black Cleave, though. We don't go above 3 for our casting costs. Draw a Sacred Foundry. Opponent has a Chandra. Opponent decides not to cast Summoner's Pact. Can respect that. Well, we might just lose to this Chandra. Rampage is in the sideboard. I need like a Pyromancer stat. We've seen a lot of our deck. We did bottom one of the Pyromancers, but we shuffled since then. on deck. Give us the goods. Give us the goods. Foothill's coming up. Wow. Okay. That's not good. That's not good, chat. I'm going to get killed by this Chandra and Steve. Now, the Chandra can already emblem. I may just lose to this. Bolt. Okay, so we don't lose to the ultimate anymore. It was a pitiful draw from us, though. Look at this. Come on, Pyromancers. I should probably just be playing out these lands, honestly, unless... Okay, looting would be a reason not to. There's Pyromancer, there's Command. So let's dump 2. Unfortunately, we're going to ditch this command here, but I think it's worth it. Get an elemental, spell bomb. It's got a Relic of Progenitus coming up. That doesn't hurt us too bad. We really don't utilize our graveyard nearly as much as traditional Saheeli-Mancer, which is probably a good thing. I mean, traditional Mardu Pyromancer, which again is probably a good thing with how the meta is. We do not want this game to drag on much longer since they have 2 forest. Yep, and that's why. I'm surprised the opponent didn't just take the Summoner's Pact earlier. Maybe they were worried about me taking out one of their forests. They're playing it safe, and I guess the Chandra kind of enabled them to do so. Liliana of the Veil. One of the few uncastables after we've... after we've got that going. We're more likely to cast Kaya. Spellbomb will do very little here. Oh, we're in trouble, chat, for sure. There's not much I can do. There's only one other swamp. I mean, we lost one of our swamps to the Acid Moss. We're actually just dead, right? So opponent plus is Chandra. I have to make a block I don't want to make. So yeah, unfortunately, the Blood Moon... Well, the rest of our draw was kind of not what we want to see. So the Blood Moon did not end up mattering. I mean, it did. We would have died a long time ago, but we didn't follow up as quickly as you need to follow up. Didn't see a lot of our threats. Like, we cast a lot of spells. We would have flooded the board by now with, like, Saheeli, for example. Alright, so when it comes to their deck, Brutality maybe... Chandra, we want more answers to Chandra. Let's cut the spell bombs. Let's cut the pushes. Although there will be some targets after board, it's relatively weak even still. I like Campbell, by the way. They cast quite a few spells. If we can get that in. Kai's Guile's relatively weak, although the sacrifice is relevant. Lingering Soul's a little slow. Maybe we cut one. This looks fine. Alright, let's run it back. Yeah, we're playing some Mardu, Last God. Playing a little bit of Mardu. But no, it's a cool little Saheeli Mardu list. I'm excited about it. I don't know if we're going to win any matches with it. Right? Like the person that... Well, we made some ambitious changes with it, right? Like this grindy, greedy card. Which maybe shouldn't be in against them because they're not really trading with our resources. Maybe this should be something else. Maybe this should just be the Lingering Souls. I mean, they're going to be trading with our stuff a little bit more so post-board. I mean, they'd probably just rather fight over my board with Anger of the Gods, right? So maybe Age should just become Lingering Souls. All right, Disruption and a Campbell. Let's keep it. We could try to mulligan to like a hand playing, and sometimes you want to slow roll these Thought Seizes in the matchup. Hand is much slower if I just take like Search, right? They have redundant Titan. 1, 2, yeah. Maybe I'm still supposed to take Titan, and then hope to find like an Inquisition to take Summoner's Pact. Not much sulking. -1, make a token. Oh, new Sorin? Yeah. Alright, Saheeli. We don't want to play the planes if our plan is to do Saheeli things. We should play the Blood Crypt. So this list is really greedy in that I don't actually have another Blood Crypt. I think this is gonna end up being this is gonna be Tribe Elder. Almost assuredly. Steve. It's Steve, guys. Oh, we drew Black Cleave. That makes it easy. Do you deploy Campbell or do you deploy Saheeli? I guess I deploy Campbell, actually. So that's awkward, right? Because you want to play the Cleave Cliffs, but Campbell needs white mana. But we want red for Saheeli. Could just play Saheeli. We either take the damage on the front end or the back end, because either way we kind of need to use the Marsh Flats to cast both of these sequentially and bolt. Actually, we won't be able to bolt, because this is going to be tap. We won't be able to go like Saheeli bolt. It's okay. We're just showing our opponent how little we've prepared for this matchup, right? If we're siding in Campbell. Dunkin' Donuts Campbell soup. So yeah, we're in trouble. We're in trouble, chat. Steve, number 2. No land, no natural land drop. Okay, Lingering Souls. We're still going to play Saheeli. Attacking doesn't really do anything because of Tribe Elder. Opponent goes up to 4. First League of the Night? No, well, yes, first League of the Night, but this is round 3 for this deck. We're picking up where we left off last stream. Oh, excuse me. We're down 2 matches, actually. We lost to Infect, and I can't remember the other loss. I remember that Elisa we lost to Infect, which is kind of sad because like we're supposed to be a hyper interactive deck for creature decks like that. I also made some questionable sideboarding choices. We have another deck though coming up later, so we're doing a double feature today. My plan is to also play this really sweet Thopter-Sword list that comes to us from. We could also play Bridgevine. I still have the cards for that too, but I think you guys are probably gonna want to rather see me play the. Let me see if I can find it. Narset Thopter-Sword. I don't take any sort of credit for this list. This comes to us from Nobodies and also Jody Keith Nolagold. He was playing the deck. Goes infinite with Urza Thopter-Sword. Interesting little deck. Okay, so he's going to Acid Moss, my white source. Joke's on him, we have a Plains. Oh, I'm terrified that the opponent can Titan next turn and I don't have Blood Moon. This is where I wish I spent my Thoughtseize differently, although he has redundancy either way. Pyromancer, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't have enough red to go Pyro Bolt. I could still go Pyro, discard the Lingering Souls, and the Plains keep the Bolt. That might not be good though, because like we may want that white source. So now let's keep the bolt. Let's go greedy. There's a bauble. Here's what we're gonna do. We're actually gonna copy the servo. We're gonna go double bauble here. No fetches, unfortunately, so no shenanigans there. Actually, I should have waited to the. I meant to sacrifice the copied bauble, not the combo decks are in right now. Oh, for sure. We know he's got a Sweltering Sun, so that sucks. I mean, he's probably just casting Titan, though, right? Why wouldn't you? I feel like I would just slam Titan and not worry about sunning. This is going to be Valakut with 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to get Mountains 5 and 6, I imagine. We've left in all or most of our answers to Titan. So these are going to blast Saheeli. He's going Saheeli, Campbell. Okay. Yeah, no, I feel like without Blood Moon, we're just really outgunned. But, I mean, I understand why the deck's only running the copies it is. Like, us going wide here is awful, too, because of Suns. I could, like, Seasoned looking, but there's no 1-mana answer to Titan here. So, I don't really see how we can possibly win. I hate to say that. I hate to just say that we're screwed, but I think we're screwed, chat. And that's okay. We'll finish out this lead because if we perfect the last 2 rounds, I still get our monies back. And I also just like to, I don't like to, even if there's no prize on the line, I'd rather play a league for you guys than just, yeah, we just died to linear. That doesn't mean I can't scoop when we're obviously dead. Alright, so if we take down the next 2, we do at least get half our buy-in back. That's worth playing. It's worth playing. I think this deck's cool. I think it's just the construction. We didn't respect the mana curvature when we built it, right? Like, we were all excited about Pyromancer and Saheeli, but, like, some of the other fun cards we wanted to test don't really respect the curve. I think if I was to rebuild this list, I'd probably run some more 1 and 2 drops. Well, so what they did, Soul King, is they blended together the prize structure for the comp and friendly. So it made, like, the prize structure is worse if you do really well, but it's better if you're doing poorly, is essentially that's like the quick and dirty way to explain it. So, like, that affects grinders as far as their prize is concerned. Like, if they were doing well, if they have what they think they've cornered the market on a broken deck at any given moment. Like, for example, 2 weekends ago when I was playing the Hogak deck, crushing it, enjoying it, the prize support had already been reduced to the new league structure. So, it's good and bad. I'll keep this. That awkward singleton plane still. Good luck and have fun. We're gonna try to fight for those points. What are you playing these days, Soul King? Alright, so opponent's on Storm. We've got Bolt for Brawl. If we want it to actually resolve, we have to take the Remand. I don't mind doing that. There's also just merit to just taking the Brawl. This is me saying I'm trying to toast it, although we did have double Bolt. So maybe that's still the wrong take. Might still be the wrong take. Let's looting and see if we can hit some more hand disruption. We do. Nice. Skull against command is a little slow. There's a lot more land than I really want to work with, though. Probably just going to take the Manamorphose. Spellbomb's great. Thopter-Sword, Tron, Ninjas, Rock. You got a lot of decks you're working on, Soul King. Very cool. Might just cycle this Spellbomb. No, it's important in the matchup. We're more interested in red, so I'm going to go, it's more likely that the white matters than us drawing literally the Singleton Liliana. It's possible I draw the Singleton Liliana. This doesn't have a target yet. I could looting and we still have access to bomb. Don't think that's great when I know his hand is pretty gas, right? It's this 5 plus 2 unknown. If he's not hitting land drops, that's fine too. Yeah, if we Pyromancer here, I'm a little vulnerable, but I could dump the aid and we maybe get land drop. We've still got the Spell Bomb. Usually game 1, it's a Pass in Flames kill. Not always. Remand? Okay. So that was one of the mystery cards. Opponent might just try to go off here. Even if I Spell Bomb, it just stops us from dying. It doesn't stop the opponent from manipulating their deck. We're at 13. We might just die to this Grape Shot. They only run a couple of remands. It's not like... You'll sometimes see a list with like 3. I think we still have to get something going. Because like if this Pyromancer resolves and draws us a land, we're like in a really good spot. Oh wow, he just had double Grape Shot. Just drew natural double Grape Shot. That's crazy. That is pretty crazy. I mean, now they're both vulnerable to the Spell Bomb, but ouch. This guy's running 3 Grape Shots in his list? That's weird. 3 Grape Shot? Send me the list. Wow, okay. I've never seen triple Grape Shot. I'm into it, though. Alright. What do we have for Storm? I guess we weren't beating that even if I had the bolt for the Brawl. So we want to be able to beat Anger the Gods. I'm sorry, we want to be able to beat Empty the Warrens with Anger the Gods. Brutality is a form of interaction. These hit the graveyard. Now, we're not going to bring in all this, right? I mean, that's a bit of an overboard, right? For Pyromancer's Ascension. This is a bit of an overboard. I'm not seeing 3 times Grape Shot before I'd be interested. 75 after the match, of course. Alright, so let's not overboard, but let's not also underboard, right? So Lily's, not both Lilies, probably just Lily of the Veil. Saheeli's a little slow, but we still need some threats. Kaya's Guile exiles the graveyard. Pushes are fine, but maybe overkill. Blood Moons come out. So you need 4 more cuts. All right, let's cut pushes, and let's actually cut... I think I'd rather play Pyromancer over Saheeli. Some number of Saheeli. I'll keep 1. Just because Pyromancer draws us deeper into the deck. How long are modern points good for? They're good for at least 1 year, to my knowledge, Soul King. They might be... You need to check the Wizards' website I don't know that off the top of my head. I think they just start stacking, or they stack. Let me say it this way. I think that they do at least last for a whole year. I know that much. I know they do last for one whole year. I don't know if they carry over into the next year. That I don't know. But I could find out. Or maybe somebody else in the chat knows. This hand's a little greedy, but I'll keep it on the back of Faithless. What's up, Jade? We'll just go ahead and looting here. So there's land number 2, no black source still. Do we dump the Inquisition in the Saheeli because of the case? Well, hand disruption is really important in this matchup, though. I might dump the Saheeli and the Colligan's Command, actually. It's like everything else is interactive here. Although, maybe we don't need 2 ways to answer the graveyard. Maybe that's overkill. Guile. How often do the events pop up? I think there are 4. Might be more than 4. I know there's at least 4. There's one coming up this coming weekend. If you have 35, I recommend you play it. If you've got 35 of these, I am still short. I mean, I probably only had like maybe 15 or so before the Hogak deck, and then I was grinding the Hogak deck, and that went up quite a bit. All right, nice. We drew black, so we can start to go after the hand a little bit. Take the cantrip. Yep. So he didn't take the extra braid. He took the Opt and the Serum Visions. Bauble. Another Serum Visions coming up for the opponent. Another Ravenous Trap. I'm going to pitch one. Oh, that's not a great draw. Yeah, Fair Magic's hard at the moment, or Fair Modern decks are hard at the moment, right? Pyromancer sometimes gets to steal some wins off of things like Blood Moon, but it's not an easy deck to be playing at the moment. I think we discovered that very quickly in our league. I think we also did get Hogak'd in this league. That's solid. Maybe it's even correct just to take the Grape Shot out of their hand. Hand is these 4. I'm going to play out the land. Like, it's an additional black source. That might be relevant for us. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to take this. I mean, Pieces is so great in these kinds of matchups. It really is. Really, really is. Next turn, if we don't draw like a proactive... Okay. I was going to say I might just crack the Spell Bomb there. Opponent might bolt us here. Braid some stuff. Take the... I might just cycle this Spell Bomb. I might just Kaya's. pieces into pieces. That's pretty good. Let's draw a card. That's all the Ravenous Traps. Alright, Lily. I'm into that. I'm into that. Liliana the Veil not dying to Singleton Lightning Bolt since original Innistrad block. Solid Planeswalker. Boltzer. Pieces. Oof, okay. Opponent hopefully goes for this empty, and we get to anger them away. I hope that's the case. Hand is a Braid Flame Slash, I believe. Don't quote me on that, I might be wrong. Might actually just dump the Guile. I like the idea of keeping this to hit the empty. Actually, my opportunity to hit the empty was that moment, wasn't it? Now it's not likely to happen again this game. Like, all of the pieces of the puzzle, those were opportunities. I might just let go of the Ravenous Trap and just anger this board. Kai's Guile is a little bit more flexible. But again, that might be incorrect. Like, Past in Flames off the top just beats me. So. I mean, not yet, but soon. Now the pieces, yeah, that would have been an opportunity to Ravenous. Ooh, Arya. That's scary. He's found a Grape Shot as well. He can't take the Arya though. Okay, so he's found a Grape Shot and a Ritual. That goes away. That goes away. Grape Shot's my Liliana? Okay. We know he has a Pyretic Ritual in hand now. Do we want to respect, even just for one turn, do we want to respect Past in Flames? And just like in the end step, nuke his graveyard, make a dude? I think I will. I think I'll respect. I'll respect that. Pyromancer. We're going to be discarding down anyway. There's Bolt, there's Thoughtseize. Let me take a look. So there's like a Braid, there's Flame Slash over there. Oh, there's a Bolt too. Okay, well, we'll take the Manamorphose. So we were completely wrong about what their hand was. At some point they must have dumped the Flame Slash and I missed it. Yeah. I think it was an option on one of the pieces of the puzzle and they declined to take it. That's probably where that Flame Slash came from that I thought he had. Bolt, sweet. We can make tokens as well. Bauble. drawing next? No, Pyromancer's sweet. Grindy card for sure. There's a repeal coming up. Alright, let's do it again. I think that's only as a sorcery, though. No, it is not. My bad, chat. That is anytime I want to. Wow, okay. I could have held open the bolts. It's going to be 6 Gavos. He swings, we swing. I have 2 bolts as well. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I should get the basic. He might have moons in. I mean, I doubt that, but... Anger, okay. So if we want to, we have a reset button. Yeah, opponent doesn't want to attack with his goblins. Let's mash, especially since we have the sweeper now. And it may just be that we end up just bolting the last goblin, as it looks like is what's happening. So actually I'm going to do this, and we're going to get into some different cards. Campbell's great. We're going to keep that. Dump. I'm going to keep the anger just out of respect for even another empty. This is the second empty. Sometimes you'll even see some lists with 3. If this guy is the kind that likes to play triple grape shot, maybe he's the same type that likes triple empty. I guess I bolt this. What's cooking over there? Nothing. Okay. Nothing's what's cooking over there. Huh. This is modern at its finest. We're flooding out and I have a 2-3. Like gifts. That's scary. Gifts is scary. They go to 7. So they got 1 unknown in hand. See what kind of a gifts pile they cobble together here. I'm assuming it's going to involve Passing Flames, and I'm very, very sad that I don't still have one of my graveyard exiling effects. Now, if they're trying to set up empty the Warrens, that's one story. Like, anger will clean that up. Their gifts pile has to respect the Campbell, right? So I imagine this pile is going to be attempting to get rid of the Campbell and set up the Passing Flames. Like, he'll try to maybe do both of those things with this card. We'll see. Glad we saw Arya for the third game. I mean, I can't really board any different to beat it though. To be perfectly honest, no, I don't hate how we boarded. I think the way we boarded was perfectly fine. Probably the best we can do with what cards we've brought to the table. But I do think that I kind of blew through our graveyard hate a little bit too quickly. Yeah, speaking of which. Alright, so we give him Baral so we can kill it. We give him we bin the rituals. That's what I'm gonna do. Jund deck prices are legacy level now. Past in Flames, kill this. Down to 5. As tempting as it is to aim that bolt upstairs. So opponent does have bolt, so he's going to bolt the Campbell first. Goes to 3. Now he's kind of free to ritual a bit. Thank goodness we still have an Anger of the Gods, because I'm hoping that's all he does is he just empties. And the problem is after that though he can flashback past the Flames and he still has gifts. So yeah, I mean he still has a lot of fuel. They definitely do post board with the pieces of the puzzle. Definitely makes them very, very grindy against decks like mine. Only 7 cards left in his deck. It's not inconceivable that he ends up with a Grape Shot instead of the Empty the Warrens. Yeah, he's looking for it. Storm Count's nearly lethal for Grape Shot. I appreciate my opponent's line. He's just trying to dig to the Grape Shot. Storm Count 17. Storm Count's 18. Grape Shot's lethal now. Yep, that'll do it. Good games. Toss me that list if you can. Yeah, I'd be interested to see it, what it looks like. I'd be interested to see it. I don't think I've ever seen triple Grape Shot. I like it. Maybe that's correct. We'll play one more just for funsies. No, I don't think we built it right. I mean, like we took kind of a greedy, cutesy concept, right? That we saw Spike, right? A 5-0. I tweaked it a little bit to my own tastes. We lost to a lot of different decks, so definitely makes me think that the list would need some heavy fixing or just isn't a good deck at the moment. It might just be budget. You can ask them yourself, Last God. They said that they might pop in and give us the list. So, I mean, if we're also dying to infect, like we're dying to like decks that cared about Blood Moon. We lost them anyway. We lost to Infect, where we're supposed to be hyper aggressive. We died to Hogak, yet having main deck Grave Hate and a bunch in the sideboard. I mean, deck just doesn't seem like a great choice at the moment. Would be my assessment. We're gonna play one more game just for fun. Just playing for fun at this point. What about you? I don't want to take somebody off of prize if their record is better than ours, and they could potentially still do so. Not about that life. To my knowledge, I don't think there's anything in the new league structure for 1 and 4. So same old. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, they're in the same boat as us. All right, Inquisition. Oh, Tron. Tron going 0-4? Rough. Rough life. We're about to Blood Moon him. Tron going 0-4. Hogak's way too resilient. I've seen it win through Leyline with a Lishu. Oh yeah, deck is pretty sweet. We're about to play another Inquisition match or deck, but at least the next league we're playing like an actual combo, so that'll be good. Pyromancer will conveniently convert this souls into castable mana for us. This looks like Sylvan's Grind. Could be Ancient Stirrings. No, he's just cracking map. Have I tried out Thopter-Sword since Goblin Engineer's been printed? I haven't tried it in. I don't think we did a Thopter-Sword Goblin Engineer deck yet. I don't believe so. We have tried Goblin Engineer decks, but we haven't tried it with Thopter-Sword, I think. I don't think we have. Don't think we've done that. I'm so sorry earlier I kind of punted with my Pyromancer uh, ability. It is. I thought it was only as a sorcery. It's just any time you can do it. That's pretty insane that it's just any time you can activate it. It's kind of nice. If we draw a white source, which is very unlikely, there's only one plains in the deck, we could exile the expedition map. Okay, opponent gets forced. I respect that. We took the Wormcoil Engine. Like I said, rather unlikely. I might just be better off flashing back Lingering Souls instead of cycling this Spell Bomb. Doesn't mean I don't cast Spell Bomb, I certainly can. I'm probably better off just flashing this back. Don't think this actually is going to hit anything. That's Karn and Ugin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I always seen weird. A 3-color deck plays Blood Moon. Oh yeah, I mean sometimes you'll end up like this. I mean not that like Kaya's all that wonderful in this. I mean she comes out in this matchup, right? Like we bring in Stonies, Rampage, Wear Tear, Needle. Bolt, bolt. Well, hoop, ha. Actually, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We just bolt this guy. Math, chat. Math. All right, so let's just cut the deck and kidding. Oh, the awkward Mishra's Bauble, Stony Silence. Are we gonna cut some of these? Maybe I will. These are slow. Guile is weak. Command can stay. Kaya can go. Aid can go. Bolts could stay. Fatal Pushes go. Maybe some number of baubles go. Alright, so we want this, we want this, we want this. We want... Is that it? Crap. We need more for this matchup. Uh-oh, chat. Yeah. Well, we should still play the baubles. They're part of our mana base. They're part of what Saheeli's doing. It sucks that they have no synergy, obviously, with Stony. It's gonna happen, but like we're happy. Like if this resolves and sticks, we're very happy. We don't really care that a couple of our cards are turned off. We can still make a creature off of them. Oh, he sent us a message. Should be able to copy this. There you go, guys, if you want to see his take on Storm, the one with the triple grape shot. Okay, I'm just going to put threats back in. Is Campbell, like, weird? Yeah, he's a little weird. We're going to play this, that, and maybe one of them. I mean, Brutality does take sideboard cards, though. We could strip them of answers to Stony Silence or Blood Moon. Like, we could take the... I'll play the Aid the Fallen because it's my pet card in the list. Even though it's probably not great in this matchup. Like, as bad as Brutality is, it might take a Nature's Claim, and that Nature's Claim is going to hit the Stonies, it's going to hit the Blood Moons. Thanks for that button. Welcome to the Brews by the Magic Guy show where we draw Bauble, Stony Silence hands. We'll keep Thoughtseize. It's pretty good. Gabby Gonzalez with the follow. Welcome to the show. I'm gonna make it look like it's relevant that I'm like scrying and stuff. Not really. Like I'm gonna Thoughtseize. Oh well, it wasn't second land anyway. This is where I really wish the list had what? This is where I wish the list had Godless Shrine. I think it's really greedy that the list isn't playing one. It's just my 2 cents. Well, he's not casting these very easily. Probably should still take an Ancient Stirrings, though. Especially since we're aiming to turn cards like that off with this. Yeah, see, we drew a black-red source. Oh, okay, Gabby. I just linked your list in the chat. Thanks for sharing it with us. Or Magnus, we'll call you Magnus. Thanks for that. I appreciate you tuning in. Thanks for the match. Yeah, that was tough. I had a hard time disrupting you, certainly with the here's another stone. Certainly with triple grape shot. Jade's playing some Plinko. Thanks for the points. Oh, we drew it like a boss. We drew that white source. Look at us. Look at us. Like pro players. I'm like, man, we really need a white source. Boom. I know, the old Mishra's Bobble Stony Silence deck. I mean, we don't have anything else. What am I going to play? Like, I cut most of our Lingering Souls. Oh, he just drew the forest. No. No. Stop it. Thanks for the bits, guys. Really appreciate that. It's a matchup I played a lot. Friend of mine, top 8'd with it. Played a lot with him. Top 8'd the Ballista. Top 8'd with Pyromancer or the Stormlist you're touting? We just slammed Liliana, right? And discard my greedy fun of. Yeah. We're gonna pitch the aid. It shouldn't be, probably shouldn't be in the deck, much less in when we're up against Tron. We're gonna discard my pet card. Oh, with Pyromancer. No, deck is sweet. I don't think I did it justice this league. Like I even lost like some matchups I probably shouldn't have. I made some just straight up mistakes. Ballista. He's playing Barista. I think that power plant we've already seen as well. He does a 2/2. Does a 2/2. I think I just slammed Pyromancers. And we'll discard both of the non-creature spells here. This is a dead card. We can discard it to Liliana. Bolt's fine, but like I blocked the Ballista. Ballista can't grow. We could downtick Lily to kill Ballista. I don't really think we care about Ballista, do we? Another dead card to pitch to Lily. Why don't we Pyromancer first? Don't get me wrong, Needle's fine. So we could Inquisition here, then Lily. I don't know if we're gonna hit. Oh, we are gonna hit something, right? Oh no, he ditched the Oblivion Stone. So this might whiff. This Inquisition might whiff. But we're probably plussing Lily anyway. Absolutely, after what we just saw. So his hand is Emrakul, Delirium Emrakul. So Emrakul right now costs. Oh, he just pitched Emrakul. That makes perfect sense. Okay, don't have to worry about calculating that. I'm just going to attack with the Seasoned. No, I think Bolt was fine, but I just wanted to ditch something that actually made a token. Uh-oh. That's a Worm Coil. It's a Worm Coil, gents. We're going to have to Liliana Ultimate now. That's a Worm Coil. I really appreciate you tuning in, Magnus, and sharing that list with us. I wasn't sure if you were going to, and I appreciate that. Seriously. That's kind of like one of the things we do here on the show is we... So what we need to do here, obviously, is break up Tron. So I'm going to put both of the towers in one pile. And the Ballista and the green source. If he takes this pile, he still gets the sacrificed forms of the engine. This is probably not the best split. I probably should have also put the Ballista in the other pile. Alright, anyway, so we'll play land. We'll kick it back to the opponent. And maybe what I'll do is I'll, like, block to kill the engine here. Relic. That sucks. Oh, no, it doesn't. Stony Silence. I was going to say, because I'm aiming to bring back the Pyromancer. He's actually better off blocking with engine. Okay, he swings, though. Yeah, so I can reset these pyros, or I can put them in the yard so we can use them. Opponent's on 0 cards, so this is a fine block. 6 for 6. Tron's actually pretty tough with Mardu. Do I upload my videos to YouTube? I do. If you go to the channel, so I'll show you how to do this. I made a new link for the YouTube, I believe. Hope. So I've been updating my YouTube content. So you go to the channel, you scroll down. It should be one of the first links. I'm just verifying that it's the updated link. Because I recently updated, for those of you that follow my YouTube page, I recently updated the videos. I'm adding thumbnails and stuff, new descriptions. Yeah, it is the new page. So these I haven't given a thumbnail just yet, but if you go back a little bit further, they do have thumbnails. There you go. Let me see if the YouTube command is updated to that. It is not. Delete. Add command. YouTube. Okay, so we drew Blood Moon. I'd probably play that instead of doing the seasoned Pyros. Probably. Because he's only 1 Tron piece away. We're going to need the help of these Pyromancers before we can beat these tokens. Yeah, sounds good, Magnus. I appreciate you. So we'll take it. We need more tokens before we want to do any blocking. Another land. Kick it back. So we bring back all the elementals. We block and kill the lifelink token. Then we bring back elementals, block and kill the death touch token. We're going to go pretty low here though, chat. Opponent goes for the... It's cool that you can do this instant speed. I didn't even really realize that when I looked at the card, to be perfectly honest with you, chat. We should quadra block, by the way. Opponent may have drawn some form of removal. It's plausible. So we'll do a quad block. Lingering Shoals, no white source. Kick it back. Bring back the other elementals here. We're gonna need to draw some good cards, chat. Gonna need to draw some good ones. In fact, Pyromancer would be a pretty saucy draw right now. I will take a Saheeli though. If I had an artifact, I could copy... No, it's artifact you control, never mind. Can't copy like the worm. That'd be kind of neat. Blood Moon feels like it's hurting us. Yeah. We can't cast our Lingering Souls. No. Mardu can always feel like this, though. I mean, I've played the deck in the past, even before some of the new additions. You'll feel like this not uncommonly. So we're going to ditch these... Probably just flash back the Lingering Souls. So we make a token. Unless I draw something I want to cast. I mean, maybe I'll Thoughtseize instead. Does make a Saheeli token. One, two, three, four. Probably just take the scrying. The flying on Lingering Soul is very relevant here. That's better. Let me auto yield that. So we're gonna looting, looking for the goods. Want to remove this token. That does not hit what's in their hand. It's still better than a bunch of land though. We're gonna flashback souls instead since we know. We just looked at their hand. It was a Will Breaker. I mean, they've drawn one unknown. The odds that it's something new are pretty slim. Of note, opponent is at 27 life. That's a ton. A literal ton. Oblivion Stone. Okay. I may just cast this just to make the token. Nope. We're going to pitch it. Looting. Maybe I should have flashback looting because like it's technically neutral. It's not disadvantage when we... so we're going to ditch these two. So I could attack all out. Opponent blocks. We Brutality to finish off the worm. We don't even mind if he blocks Pyromancer because Pyromancer I can exile if it gets killed. Maybe that's what he blocks. It's fine. Hey, what's up, Pro Peeves? That was indeed brutal. Pro Peeves with 10 months of support. Thank you very much. Alright, the Mardu deck did Mardu things. Thank you so much for that support, Pro Peeves. I'm going to go ahead and crack open a chest for that resub. Resub hype. Earthquake hype. This is the most play points I've seen recently out of a chest, so for that, I thank you, Pro Peeves. They fell screaming into the depths of the chasm, like so many pebbles tossed down a well. What makes Saheeli better than Young Pyro in the deck? There's no big creatures to abuse. I really don't know, Last God. I think it was just a preference. I think the deck builder wanted to play around with the new cards. Speaking of new cards, we're going to play around with this nonsense. Sit tight while I switch decks. Shouldn't take long. I'm going to return the Hogak deck too. So I don't think I'm playing Hogak again tonight anyway. I think we're going to play this for the rest of the stream. It is 9:06. Been trying to go offline around 10 to 10:30. We've been going more like to 11, to be perfectly honest with you, chat. That is not unusual for us. So while we're waiting for Card Hoarder to trade us, what is this deck doing? Well, it's a Thopter-Sword deck playing Narset, Puzzlebox, Wombo, and Urza giving us infinite Thopter-Sword, but I mean, this is strong on its own. I wanted to give a shout out to the Nobodies who had a 5-0 with the list, and of course Nola Gold who also had a 5-0 with the list. Of course that's Jody Keith's MTGO account. It'll be a really cool list. I don't know if it's gonna do well for me. I like Whir of Invention. I like playing Whir of Invention. But we'll see. I changed very little on the list. I changed the mana base slightly. Remand is always clutch. I know you're in the chat, but I figured I should respond. Alright, so we're going to trade back the Hogak deck. I was grinding Hogak, Magnus, and did pretty well with it. When it first came out, now everybody's kind of skewed their deck to beat it. So I haven't been playing it as much as when it first came out. Hopefully we're not going to get stonied. I guess if we do, I also have Either Grid as like another way to kind of eke out some wins. I just like this card in general in these artifact decks, so I kind of greedily splashed into basically 4 colors. Ooh, that's not the Steam Vents I want to play. Yeah. So, greedy? Absolutely it is. I'm going to go ahead and deck editor this into Magic Online, or Card Hoarder. For those of you that don't know, that my stream is sponsored by Card Hoarder. Thank you so much to Card Hoarder for enabling us to play cool, janky decks for you guys on the regular. You guys have no idea, like, we would not be playing nearly as many sweet lists as quickly as we do without the support for them. So for that, I thank them. Yeah, we wouldn't be playing, like, I wouldn't be swapping in and out of decks in between rounds, and a lot of this stuff that we do wouldn't happen. Like featuring viewer submitted lists probably wouldn't be happening. A lot of the things we take for granted, that I take for granted on the BrewSpy show, wouldn't be happening. And they got this nice little deck interface. So what do I actually need? I need everything, right? Don't need those. This. You know what's cool is my article is still up on their page. I totally forget about that, and then I notice that it's still up there. It's a totally out of date article, but they wanted me to write something that would hopefully be timeless. I guess it's kind of a timeless article. We need that. We don't need those. I need those. What are we doing for the sideboard? I have one of the grids. Have the negate. Truth. Need Vendilion Click. Need basically everything else out of the sideboard. Got it. Okay. Yes. All right. So we're gonna add that. So this is gonna cost us about 330 tickets worth of our account. I'm able to borrow up to 500 tickets worth of cards thanks to the streamer plan that they have. Oh man, I just see that I got a sub from you, Magnus. Thank you so much. I've been talking to you guys too on here, so feel free to, and you guys, you can also find Fluffy Wolf and Evan from, if you go to my page. If you haven't followed, or excuse me, if you haven't subscribed to either of those guys, you definitely should. They're great. They're teammates in our little stream team we got going on. A little bit of MDH. Thank you so much, Marin, with the host. Raid, excuse me. Thank you so much. I just missed that. I don't know why it didn't go off. Marin, thank you so much for that raid of 14 people. We're about to play a sweet, sweet Thopter, Narset, Urza, War of Invention nonsense deck. It's going to be fun. I don't know if it's going to be good. I'm assuming this will be a blast. Hopefully for you guys to watch, and certainly for me to enjoy myself doing artifacty things. Thanks for the consistent raids, Marin. Appreciate you. Thank you for that. I'll have to maybe one of these days. I'll be offline before you're offline, and I can host over to you. That would be nice. I like that Blood Moon emote. That's very crisp and clean looking. I like that. I was the only guy you knew? Okay, I'll take that. Cards. I will take it. What did I do before I knew the Control A command? Like, did I literally, like, I guess I did. I think I literally used to just click all the cards. I think somebody watching my stream years ago was like, BrewSpy, what are you doing? Please, for the love of magic, don't do that to us. And from then on, I would always Control A and pull all the cards in all at the same time. Yeah, so this starts in 2 days and 13 hours, 53 minutes. I'd have to grind out 35 points. I was looking at the spoilers the other day. Yeah, I mean, we need 35 points, which I don't have it at the moment. I'm at 22. It's not impossible that I could no life between now and Saturday and actually get enough points. I don't want to be miserable though at work and stuff. I don't really want to do that to myself. Newest. Okay, nothing new came out. We were talking a little bit about New Sorin. Green ley lines staying for like a green devotion kind of thing. Raptor's interesting. This thing's interesting too. There's some interesting cards. Alright, anyway. League. It's time to league. Didn't know that existed. Thanks for saving me a total of 24 hours throughout the rest of my life. What do you mean, Marin? About what? Didn't know what existed. The event coming up? You need 35 format points. Oh, the add all option. Oh, yeah. Do you know how to fast tap too? That's something I noticed fellow, not even just streamers, just like fellow Magic Online players don't necessarily know how to do with their mana. Can we really keep this? Double, opal, bauble, one land. I will keep it. Greedy keep. It's going to be in your settings. For me, it's W. Okay, Tron. Needle. Could needle this star. That's not what I want to do, though. I don't think you want it. I don't think that's aggressive. It's a little bit aggressive. Although if I spell bomb, it'll turn on the opal. I guess I could needle this. I could. You don't play Hogak? I have fun. Hogak is cancer. I have played that deck. I agree. Needle it? Alright, let's needle it. I didn't do a good job explaining fast tap, did I, Marin? Okay, so you can, if a land would tap for different types, chromatic star. If you have a mana source that would tap for different types of color, we are going to crack this bauble. Actually, before I needled, I should have baubled them. I should have done that. Oh, is this all drowsy? No, it still looks like normal Tron. If you go into your settings, Marin, you can change your hotkey for your fast tap. I don't remember what the reason I'm telling you what my key is because I don't remember what the default is for, oh man, power plant. He needs power plant too, doesn't he? Oh boy, he has not Natty Tron. He had to find it off of Stirrings, but Tron is coming. Puzzle box, okay. Inquisition. What do we do here, chat? What do we do? Chat? This is not good. Like, he has Tron even if I take map. That's irrelevant. Let's take the Oblivion Stone. Puzzle box is interesting. I probably just play... Well, in order to play one of the pieces, I'd have to give up the Mox Opal. It's probably wrong. I probably should just crack the Spell Bomb in the end step, but then that takes away... I don't think I'm supposed to Opal. I think I just pray. I might end step crack the Spell Bomb. The only reason I'm hesitant to is because it's my third artifact for Opal. I don't want us to get stuck. We're in trouble, chat. Usually I like to name Expedition Map with Needle, but... Second sword, that's not exciting. Let's just get the sieve out. Right? You probably still play Thopter. I mean, you probably still play Sword. Puzzle box could have been money. Take them off Tron. I know I didn't have enough mana though. Powder. It's 4. I've got access to 3. But yeah, we would have shuffled that back in. Oh, Tron is terrifying. I have no idea what we're gonna do for Tron. Against Tron, I guess we'll run the negate, the egos, trophy. I am terrified, chat. I'm kind of sad that we just fired off the needle all willy-nilly. It made sense because we needed access to the opal, So we're dead. Tron is probably exactly what we don't want to see with our deck. Okay. Things that we need. These. What are bad? Inquisition's pretty weak, but maybe I'll play it anyway. Cut those. This is cute. We're gonna cut it. We're gonna cut the welding jar too. I'm gonna cut bridge. Damping sphere can stay. The guard's great in the matchup. Sai is a little cute. We'll cut it. Narset, I'm actually gonna cut a couple copies. Let's do it. Yeah, I kept kind of a greedy opener powder. I mean, it's going to happen with the deck despite baubles, right? We might be tempted to... I mean, this hand has too many lands, for example. It's got Decay. No mulligan, though. This hand is slightly better. It's got Natural Thopter-Sword, which I would hope the deck sees... I'm actually going to bottom that. I would hope the deck sees simply because we have tons of copies of them. Right, we've got full suite of Sword, full suite of Foundry, full spectrum of Whir, so I mean, yeah. Sphere. We're going to hold the needle this time. I want to draw land, so I'm not in a hurry to crack this delta. Okay, we're going to crack the delta. We're going to go for watery, I think. Yeah. Alright, Nature's Claim. No. Blast Zone. What am I supposed to needle Blast Zone? Like, they can hold the Blast Zone. That's the right thing to do. Oh, they have Tron. If I draw land, I can ego the other Tron piece. I didn't. So I can Inquisition and try to take what they're going to do with the mana. I can just name Great Creator. I can take the Oblivion Stone and name Karn Great Creator. Here's the problem. Great Creator Karn still turns off Thopter-Sword. I wish we could have just taken his other Tron piece. Ugh. Like, he may still play Great Creator because it turns off my stuff. It seems like an awful matchup. Thank goodness that it's almost over. I mean, maybe just decks like ours are just like fun memes that just shouldn't be played at the moment because people are still messing around with Karn as they should. Karn is pretty ridiculous when you think about it. It's not even me saying, oh, well, maybe we shouldn't be, doing fun things in Modern right now. We should just either be playing Karn or Hogak. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's awful that a card that's both powerful and something that a lot of people want to mess around with at the moment just shuts off so much of what our deck does naturally. Blast Zone. That's okay. If we'd drawn the land, we actually could have really messed up his day, maybe. Right? Third land would have given us the ego. Alright, let's run it back. So, note to self. Karn is an issue for the deck, as I would have figured. Doesn't look like our sideboard has really been built with respect to Karn, right? We have like a trophy. I have a negate. I can bounce it. I can click it. That's it. Can't really do anything else about that card. I don't even know if I want to count this card. I feel like our draws without Mox Opal are going to be too slow on this card. But I don't want to pick up the deck. Here's the thing. Like when I play decks on Moto and I'm just renting the cards, it's very tempting to have this mindset of I just pick up the deck. Here's the metaphor. Picking up the deck, right? Taking the whole 75 and dumping it in a trash can. Right? So when you play Magic Online, when you are able to get in and out of these decks as quickly as I do, sometimes I disenfranchise them a little bit to you guys, and I hope I don't do that too often. As tempting as it is to just, take this list and put it into the trash can. You would never do that in real life, right? You would never do that to a modern deck in real life, right? Ever. We'll keep it. You would never do that. You would never do that. All right, let's get perfect information. Let's bobble them before we Inquisition, so we know exactly what they're drawing. Let's just look at an 8. So there's Finale. We know what deck this is. Easy peasy. So Needle, I do believe. Well, no, unless they're activated abilities, mana abilities. So actually, Needle doesn't do what we want it to do in this matchup. He is on the Eldmari's build. We can take the Tutor. The problem is he's drawing just Devastation, though. Maybe I should have just taken Knight of the Reliquary, because we knew he was drawing Finale. I guess I can name Knight. Double Sword, not great. We're on 1 land. This deck is just not looking hot, chat. It's not looking great. So unfortunately, because I believe that am I punting this? Am I punting this, chat? Am I thinking about it too hard? I thought so. Well, but it's you put a counter on the. Actually I do think the Needle works because it's an ability that makes them more mana, but the ability itself isn't mana. Correct? Am I just overthinking? Yeah, I'm just overthinking. It does work. Because I mean, it's a mana creature, yes. Like you can't like Pithing Needle, like for example, like a Bird of Paradise or Noble Hierarch, but you can name Druid because it's untap if you put a -1/-1 counter. It is indeed not. It's an ability that makes mana happen, but it is not in and of itself a mana ability. Glad that we've established that. So we need to draw. Our best draws are land. Still, I think this deck just doesn't have enough lands in it. I looked at both versions; they were both at 20. I was sitting there when I was looking at that. I was like, right? I mean, these are kind of an extension of the mana base, but I'm not used to playing War of Invention decks with so little mana. I should stop keeping 1-landers. That's what I should do. Should stop doing that. Seer played. He drew a Verdant Catacombs. It's not useful yet. All right, guys. Mox or land. It's gonna be Knight probably. I like Needle right now. I understand why the list's on 2 Needles, right? Like, not just weird things like Druid combo. Also, okay. You can almost cast this Whir thanks to that Field of Ruin. Almost. Almost, chat. Or maybe that shuffle got us to our lands. Nope. I think we're just gonna die with a bunch of expensive spells in our hand. Oh, chat. This is not what I thought I was signing up for when I saw this list today, and I was like, I mean, actually, I've seen it. I saw it prior to today. To be perfectly honest with you guys, I just decided I wanted to. Today was the day to play it. But it just feels like miserable so far. Ooze turns off Thopter-Sword combo. gonna look at the sideboard. So, what do we have for this match? Battles, gear purrs. Do you want like decays? Do you want? I mean, I don't want to overboard on our removal. I mean, I keep getting tempted to keep one land bobble hands, and I just shouldn't. I think that's the lesson that you guys get to learn through me. So we'll play the grids, we'll play the battles. Just don't keep bad hands, BrewSpy. It's that simple, right? It's simple, right? It's not that simple, chat. They don't really care about Narset. I might even cut Narset box or slim on it to get in some of these other pieces. How does this work with the wording of? I don't think it stops it. The new the devastation spell, the green devastation. I don't think Cage stops it. Oh no, it does. Creature cards in libraries can't enter the battlefield. It does. I think this does actually work. I'm sure somebody in the chat will probably correct me if I am very, very wrong. I think it works. Maybe we just want these. Yeah, just like I don't really, I don't know. Sometimes the deck will thin on the pieces to the Thopter-Sword Wombo a little bit to still maybe run Puzzle Box. I don't think that's worth it. Stops what? New Devastation, the green Devastation. I think it does because you're putting the creature card into play from the library. Should work. I don't think I'm going to cut Thopter-Sword pieces. Honestly, negate hits a reasonable amount of stuff, right? This hits their tutors. This hits sideboard cards we're worried about. Maybe. Oh, Torpor Orb. They do have some amount of ETB creatures that they play, don't they? Don't they, chat? Pretty sure they would. Let's run it back. I think Urza, Aether Grid, and Thopter-Sword are more than enough to get the job done. Let's do it. Oh, this has lands, no artifacts. We're an artifact deck, hand with no artifacts. Look at a 6. Oh, maybe I should have kept the last one. After what happened last game, I don't think I'm going to bin lands. So between the Delta and the next fetch coming up, we'll have Abrupt Decay mana. All of the lands in the deck except for the Singleton Swamp are blue sources. I would hope so because we're playing War of Invention. Alright, so let's draw that other fetch land. So I can whir for 2 next turn. Like maybe I'll just blast this bird. If you want triple blue, I have to not get the basic Swampy. So we want green. We want black. I know there's Aether Grid in the deck, but there's Opal that can probably do that for us. So let's go green black here. So what am I worrying for? I guess we leave that up to what my opponent does. So I'm not exactly precisely sure what I'm gonna worry for. Oh, nice. Can't cast it just yet. Well, we will after we turn on the. So maybe at this point it doesn't really matter what we were into. We just want to whir so we can cast this and start killing their things. Yeah, Aether Grid feels pretty good against a board of these. Maybe the War of Invention crowd is on the quiet side, right, chat? Not as expressive. What do you got, opponent? This looks like a big spell to me. Alright, finale for 2. I mean, it's tempting to whir and go grab. I mean, we could grab Needle. I could go grab Torpor Orb. I'm going to let it resolve. Could be like Kasali Pride Mage. It is a Kataki. Well, that's worth decaying. I'm kind of glad I didn't just randomly whir and try to guess, like, preemptively what it was going to be. Needle. Needle turns on Aether Grid. Let's name Druid in the Dark. Cast this wonderful card. Oops. Red mana here, please. So if you're still here, Marin, what I just did with these Watery Graves in this breeding pool, it's the leftmost side of the land. If I hold down my fast mana hotkey, if I fast mana on Opal, unfortunately it gives me white, but we need red. But these, since it's arbitrary what the color is, if I just hold W and click on them, it'll float green and blue respectively, right? Kind of cool. We can shoot the Noble Hierarchy here. Wish I had a draw of a few more artifacts when we have Aether Grid. Don't quite know what I want this Whir of Invention to get. We'll kind of let what they do next turn decide that. But I think for obvious reasons we just shoot the Noble. Oh, that sucks. Well, but Aether Grid still works. Ooze. So you can shoot Ooze. I could even just whir up a, what do we got? There's Cage to grab. Cage turns off the tutors. Could go get, yeah. Could even just get Bauble. Could turn off the Ooze with the other Needle. There's lots of options, chat. We have options. I just want to get one more artifact so we can double shoot and shoot the Oath. I think is what I want to do. Blue, please. Still kind of think it's Cage. Cage turns off all the other finales of Devastation in one card. That's kind of nice. I'm going to get Cage. I'm going to shoot the Oath. Actually, you know what? Maybe I just shoot the Ooze. Maybe I'm supposed to ignore it and just shoot the Mana Dorks, though. I guess my reasoning is because this thing's going to grow since I didn't get the other Needle to turn it off. There's no guarantee we get to keep this Aether Grid, by the by. I think Collector Oath is a really sweet print for Modern. Druid. So we've drawn Foundry. I like cutting them on mana. Now that we have a little bit of time, a little bit of breathing room. Call. Night of Autumn. So that's unfortunate. So they're going to blow up my Aether Grid and then I'm going to be locked under the Oath. Even if I kill the bird. That's unfortunate. I mean, we have more outs to this, but it's unfortunate. Either grid sweet, I'm telling you, chat. Like the original builds of this deck I was looking at, how activated abilities of artifacts can't be activated. How will I sacrifice? How will I make Thopters? How will I do it? How? How will I do that? How will I do that? No, I got greedy. I probably should have just gone after the oaf. I had two opportunities to shoot it right. I shot Scavenging Goose first, and then I shot birds, and then the opponent, well, blew up my Aether Grid. I could draw another Aether Grid really quickly. Whir doesn't save us. Whir does save us. Whir gets us underneath Ensnaring Bridge. We'll kick it back. Buys me draw steps. No, Eldamari's Call is sweet. I have a build using Eldamari's Call. Eternal Witness. Okay. We didn't need to play out the Opal because his creatures are 2 power. Were for something arbitrarily huge when I'm just getting bridge. Torpor Orb, excuse me, would have stopped the Knight of Autumn from being a thing. Just trying to see what else is happening. Maybe he's going to get Kataki. I mean, maybe the Eternal Witness get back Kataki is a big enough deal that I actually can't get bridge here and we have to take the 4. I Torpor Orb to turn that off and then we hope to draw a different out. That's probably wrong. We probably do have to grab the bridge. I can pay a little bit for Kataki, but it's going to be unfortunate. Yeah, he probably is going to get the Kataki. This matchup's tough. This matchup is tough for us. I'm sitting here thinking that, ooh, like everybody's gunning for Hogak, but like there's a reasonable amount of, okay, we're into what? Don't think anything helps us now. See, now I wish I'd grabbed the, yeah, now I wish I'd grabbed the Torpor Orb. I don't think Puzzle Box is in right now. It is not. Yeah, so I wish, just how things shaped up, I wish I'd gone Torpor Orb first, just taken the 4, and then tried to find another way to save us. This is going to be really expensive to pay for. The Kataki. We probably still were though. I guess I were up the other piece to Thopter-Sword because best case scenario we do draw either the other Aether Grid or one of the other outs to the Oaf and we just Thopter-Sword combo. Like I probably will go tutor for. I mean the other thing I could tutor for is I could go get the Torpor Orb. Turning off subsequent nights and stuff is a good thing to do. I'm sure Oaf is getting played in a lot of different formats. You could play it like in Vintage even. We don't need the Thopter Sword We don't need the Thopter to stay in play. Oops, blue. Gosh, what could you get for 7? We could get something amazing, right? We just didn't decide to put something big and awesome in the deck for board states like this. For goodness knows what reason. Alright, sword. We can let sword die to the Kataki. We're going to have to resolve. A lot of triggers here, chat. Which cards to keep? So, nope. Yes, we want bridge. Yes, we want Thopter Foundry. I'm gonna give up Cage. I think. Oh, I can pay. I could pay for Cage and Needle. Actually, I'm gonna keep Welding Jar. Well, Welding Jar doesn't say bridge at this moment. So, I'll keep Cage. I'll keep Needle. We'll give up Opal and Welding Jar. The more lands we draw, the more artifacts I can keep. There's an Urza. I mean, I'd have to give up all my artifacts to play him. That seems like a bad play. We have to start thinking about what are the cards I could give up. Vivian. Vivian is sweet. I like 3-mana Vivian a lot. Oh, they did find a creature. They don't even have to reveal what it is. That's the cool thing about it all. So we need to keep bridge. I mean, we need to, for now, we need to keep all of these things. So, yep. Kataki is really annoying to actually resolve on Moto, because it's like, do you want to keep this? Do you want to pay for this? Yes, I do. I do want to keep my cards. Thank you very much. So, like, lands are technically, yep, one of our best draws right now. But the Planeswalker is going to beat us, right? He's going to find... my opponent, excuse me, is going to find more outs to our lock pieces. And it's not like Urza... yeah. It's not like Urza solves our mana issue preemptively. Right, I'd lose all my artifacts, then I can cast him. It's like, that's not what we want to do. I mean, I guess I could give up the Grafdigger's Cage. Eldamari's Call. This is just a lesson in maybe this is just a tough matchup for us to win, or maybe it's just a lesson in me getting greedy with the Gear per Aether Grid. Imagine this matchup if we didn't have Aether Grid. Let me say that much. Like, let's run this back. Let's rewind time, and I didn't tweak this deck list, and we weren't playing Aether Grid. Like, this would have been a completely different matchup. I don't think that I used my Aether Grid correctly, just seeing how the Oath took over and not, like, the bird's mana didn't matter in the long run. It's the kind of thing that I was only really able to see after the fact. All right, I wish I'd left open my Spire of Industry. I was thinking about that. I did not actually do, though. I was thinking I should leave open the Spire just in case I draw sideboard cards. I didn't know which sideboard card it was going to be, but it ended up being one of our black sideboard cards. So if I had black, what would we have killed? We would have killed the Oath. Because the next turn I'd be able to start Thopter sorting. Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad, chat. I'm sitting here kind of complaining about my misplay, and we actually had a chance. So I'm going to go to 1. We're dead, though, regardless, because he's going to be able to attack with Noble Hierarch. I mean, I gain a bunch of life back, which is relevant. Alright, so we're gonna keep the Swamp untapped. But if we'd been able to battle the Oath right there, like, things could have been quite different for us. Yep. I think I have to give up something, though. I don't give up Needle. Maybe I just give up Cage. There's only a few more finales, right? Because I think I need the extra life here on the battle, right? Because I'm going to take... We're going to get underneath Bridge, hopefully. No, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep Cage. It's cutting off 3 relevant cards. I'm just sad that I tapped the wrong land. Okay, so this Mox Opal is a freebie for Improvise. Cast a big old Improvise battle on the Collector Oath. Right, like we can keep paying for Kataki. This just completely shuts us out, so I think that's the correct. And actually, we can leave the Opal open and we can make a Thopter if I leave Opal open. If we leave Opal open, I could start doing Thopter-Sword things. Yeah. We're not dead yet, chat. Maybe. My opponent does have Vivian cards to cast. Kitchen Finks. I also only have 11.5 minutes on the clock. What are we sacrificing? Maybe I am just giving up Cage. I feel like their hand's got to be some number of Devotion. Finale, I mean. So maybe I am sacking the Opal. Opal is neutral. Something to think about is I'll have to pay for the things that I'm bringing back, but I guess I'll just let them die. Maybe this is a bad play. Right, because it's going to be more artifacts to pay for Kataki. Whereas Opal as it is mana neutral. I actually don't think I do this until... yeah. Yeah, so Opal's mana neutral. I mean, the problem is I'm never going to get ahead, though, if I don't start making Thopters or if I don't get Urza out there. But like at this point where I think we're playing it for thought experiment, right? Because I don't know if I could possibly, I mean, this will cycle. I don't know if I can possibly get there next game. I mean, we need to draw more mana sources is kind of the bottom line, right? More mana sources, a removal spell for Kataki. These are the things that we need. What are you drawing to? Birds. I mean, you guys have any thoughts? I think it's just kind of like I might just die to the Noble Hierarch Exalted triggers. We should be making Thopters, right? The problem is they get hit by this tax. I think it'll be faster if I do that. Slightly. It's just eating away our time. The Kataki is just eating our clock alive. Well, there's the mana source I was hoping for, but the whole army's gonna attack now because we have second card I can't cast. Right? I don't think one Thopter saves us from 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yes. That can't attack. He attacks for 6. I gain a life, go to 4, block one of them, still die. Okay. Good match. Very relevant sideboard cards. Rough. I don't think I played it great either. So I'm not trying to throw the deck under the bus. I think this is a sweet, sweet deck. I shudder to think, what would that match have been like if we didn't have access to Aether Grid? Because I think these were originally like another Negate and then another Unmoored Ego. Like, rewind, do that match again without us drawing the Aether Grid. I'm not going to deny that I shot the wrong creature. right? I think I definitely did kill the wrong creature, but like redo that last match without the Aether Grid and see how well it would have gone. We're on the draw. Maybe I can justify this hand again. Like I'm thinking about keeping a one lander, and I just shouldn't do it. I just shouldn't do it. Not gonna do it. Mulligan. We're learning, chat. We're learning. Uh, eh. Bottom. Hogak. It is. Do you just name Altar in the Dark, or do you want to name Carrion Feeder? We don't even know if it's Hogak. I'm just assuming worst case scenario here. Like on the draw against Hogak. It's not where you want to be. I'm going to go ahead and assume it's Hogak. It is. That's what we should be doing, right? Trying to grind points with it. Let's name Altar. It's the way that they go infinite and crazy. Could name Carrion Feeder if we knew he had it. But we'll name Altar of Dementia. And maybe this is what we should be doing, guys, right? We played two kind of fair decks tonight. Maybe we should just be bringing the beats. That's a Hogak. Oh, maybe not yet. No second land? No second land. So you're saying there's a chance. Deck sometimes loses to itself. So you're saying there's a chance. Sorry, guys. I'm just readjusting my mic. No! They drew land. It's over, chat. It's over. Just like hard cast Bloodghast. Play Hogak. Oh, even worse. There's your lands. This is going to be 8. 8 play Hogak. I'm not a huge fan of the promo Vengevines. I never really liked the art on it. That's just me. Opponent's list looks a little bit like mine because I have those versions of Bloodstained Myers. I play this version of Carrion Feeder. Other than the Vengevines, looks like our list. So we are dead. The only thing that saves us is exactly Ensnaring Bridge. It can't even be Whir. Bridge has to lock out all these threats. Actually, no, yeah, Bridge would work because we're on 4 cards, but we play land, we play Bridge. So, Bridge? Bridge? Maybe even... Thopter Foundry would work here because we'd have 2 Thopter. Oh, no, it wouldn't work. We're dead. We're very dead. All right. Cool. Alright, let's start our sideboard. So, Egos. I like Trophy. Cage. So, additional Graveyard Hate. The Inquisitions always feel kind of awkward, but like maybe we play them anyway. This gets cut. This is cute. We can cut that. Let's cut the Narset box, right? I like going infinite with Thopter-Sword still. Truth can bounce tokens. Grid shoots all their weenies. I don't know if we actually want to do that. I mean, like, this looks good to me, though. We could play battles instead of, like, their deck's hard to disrupt, just in general. It's not that the hand hates wrong, per se, but it's on the weak side. We might be better off with battles and maybe... I mean, Vendilion Click dies, and we actually don't have a lot of creatures in the deck, so if we want to play a creature that... Actually, there should be a Sai in our sideboard. Oh, I brought it in. Yeah. Creatures dying removes bridge from below. So we'll bring in both of our other creatures. Let's jam. I mean, we're kind of at the point where... What time is it? Oh, it's almost 10. This might be my last game tonight, guys. We'll come back and finish this league next stream. Maybe I'll bring back the Torgar Hogak build or the Hedron Crab build so you guys can see it in action. I do think that it's... Yeah, I do think that it's pretty sweet. Needle, 2 lands. Okay, we could keep this. Do you still just name Altar in the dark? Maybe we could bobble them first. What do I ego? That's a good question too. Probably Bridge. Probably. Could also name Hogak. I'd probably still name Altar. I think we'll bobble top of their library, see if we get any sort of information first before I just blind needle, but I probably just needle Altar. The only other hit for this is Carrion Feeder, which I mean that's not a bad name. They're both good names for needle. Like there's reasons for keeping both in. If I had like a Mox in my hand, I'd want to keep the bauble. I wouldn't want to crack it yet. Stitcher Supplier. That makes me think that I'd actually rather name Carrion, but we're still going to name Altar. So we've named Altar. Next we try to fight over the Bridge from Below, right? Second Foundry. How are you guys doing tonight, by the way? Chat's a little quiet tonight. Ooh, sorry guys. Hit the thing. Oh, speaking of bridge that I want to name. Speaking of bridge. Cage. Hello. Beautiful. Well, that sounds like fun, Jade. The aquarium. Yeah, aquariums are always fun. Especially if you like the people you're going with. That should go without saying. Stitches. Yep. Birthday celebration. Your birthday? Birthday? Vengefine. Uh-oh. Well, that's going to stop that from coming back. Cage is. Cage stops some stuff their deck does, not everything. Nice, Jade. Well, happy birthday early to you. Thanks for hanging out tonight, even though it's almost your birthday and you should probably be doing more important things. I'm kidding. What could be more important than hanging out and watching some Magic? And no, they have mismatched feeders. Land. Okay. I appreciate you hanging out, Jade. I think the deck just needs more land. I think this is super greedy and stupid of us. That's what I get for copy pastaing somebody's take on a deck. You don't need this. It's cool. I like it. I'd rather just use Urza to go infinite. Thank you very much. Just make tons and tons and tons of them. We don't need to actually take the infinite turns. I think that's cute. Just play another land. Gain 1 life. Artifact. I like a utility land very much. I think it's either going to be the one that gains us life, or it's going to be the... And searches, that would be Inventor's Fair, or we're going to play the other utility land. I think they're both good in this kind of a deck, by the way. Honestly, every game we've played so far, we just wanted land. We just needed land. Every game we've played, deck's not built properly. That's my assumption, and that is an assumption, right? But it's like we played what 4 games, 5 games already. No, we've played 6. No, we died too quickly, so this is our 5th game with the deck. 2 matches, 5th game. Every time it's been mana screwed. Give me utility lands. They didn't even need to have colors, right? We weren't having issues with our colors. We were having issues just hitting land drops. It's got to be wrong. I'm sorry to say it, but it's cut a Narset. It's got to be wrong. No offense. I don't just stamp a deck and be like, nope, it's wrong. I hate doing that, especially when I enjoy and respect like people that may have built the deck, but it can't at this point. We've played too many games. It can't just be my draws. It can't just be our mulligans at this point. I'm convinced the deck should be a 21-22 land deck. All right, what do I think about Hogak or Bridge getting banned soon? Sub question: how often do you get asked this question? Not every stream. I did play the deck myself for a bit. They would ban Bridge, and I'm going to tell you why. They're going to ban Bridge before they ban something like Hogak because they don't really want to ban cards that they've just printed if they can help it. Saves face. It's no fun for them to have to write in the article, okay, we made a mistake. It's better that they go, oh, like this cool new card that we printed, we didn't think about the implications of it with this ancient card that like probably shouldn't be in modern anyway, right? Bridge from Below, right? Right, probably should be in the format anyway. Let's just ban Bridge from Below because it's the old broken card that okay, that sucks for us. Probably shouldn't be in the format, right? It's easier for them to play it off that way, in my opinion. Than to ban a card that they just printed. Okay, so we get to take the bridges, or we could take the shenanigans. And I know you're like, well, wait, BrewSpy, that's bizarre. Why would you do that? This card's very good against us. Every turn they just get to blow up something. I wish that this Unmoored Ego could take the Bridge from Below. We could also just block with Vendilion Click and get them. I'm going to take the shenanigans because he's probably just going to buy that back and hit our Needle or Thopter Foundry next. And then, like, if I deployed Bridge, he definitely gets this back. I think we should just get rid of it. Seems like Bridge or Alter is the ban. But they just did a reprint of Alter. Again, for a similar reason, I don't think that they're going to ban a card that they just put into the format. Most likely. And it's sad. It's sad that Bridge from Below is going to die potentially for Hogak and Alter Dementia's sins, right? That's probably what happens if they want to get rid of the deck in the format. Speaking of Alter Dementia, no, the mismatch. Stop it, opponent. Oh, stop it. That's just my 2 cents, right? Take it as you will. Oh, we do want to exile that. Take it as you will. Opponent did very light sideboarding. Actually, I don't think they sideboarded it at all, other than the shenanigans. And maybe that's correct. I think maybe one of my biggest weaknesses when I play this deck is I think I over sideboard. Not this deck, but we're playing. I mean, my opponent's deck. I think I do over sideboard a relatively reasonable amount. Oh, he's gonna make lots of zombies first before we get to block with Vendilion Click. I'll tell you that much. I might even want to click ourselves because the second Foundry does very little, especially now that we've removed how they're planning to get rid of Thopter Foundry. Probably want to block the... well, we're not going to be able to block Feeder. It's already a 2-2. But we can just block a zombie. Oh, he's got Chewers. I didn't pay attention. I didn't look as closely as I thought that I did. So he's brought in Chewers, and he's brought in Shenanigans. Shenanigans is great. That's a strong printing that they've done. Artifact removal. Yeah, artifact removal on a dredge spell is pretty sick. I mean, Dark Blast, as weak or strong, arguably, whoever's talking, as that card is. Okay, here comes Avenge Fine. We're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, up to 14 damage here. If I play Bridge, we still take the zombie damage. I think we lose. Right, if I play Bridge. We could maybe live another turn if I make some Thopters. No, I think we're just dead. My best draw would be Opal, I guess. Because Opal lets me make a Thopter to block with and get the Bridge down. Bridge locks out the Vengevine at least. It locks out the Carrion Feeder. But I think the way that the math shakes out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, there's no way. We've lost. But they're not. I mean, I don't think they're gonna. They're the next, unless they do an emergency ban. The next ban announcement's pretty far off of Birmingham. I should be jamming their deck. I should. I should have kept. I should just keep innovating on the deck because that's what we were working on. We were working on innovating the list. Probably what I should be doing. I wish that the deck had a way to give the whole army, the whole deck haste. I've looked into it a couple times. There aren't really a lot of great ways. There's the Unearth guy that does it. We've played split spells that do it too. Unless my innovation is more walkers. Probably not. What do you want? You want to put Tybalt in this thing? I think that's maybe a bad choice. Don't think that helps the deck. Although, we did try fusing the deck with Hollow One. Alright, so we're just dead now. And I think that's the correct play. To just make us dead now. I've totally like kind of lost my. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm the kind of player like I'll play, I'll jam and jam and jam, win or lose. That's just who I am. But I do need to get up in the morning for work. We're finally gonna turn the stream off when I'm supposed to. When the stream time is technically over, we do end at 10. This is technically after stream mode, but I've just been not jamming anything other than Magic on stream lately for you guys. Hope you appreciate that. Also helps the YouTube channel because the content is now 100% Magic. It's very easy for me to put edit, description, new thumbnail, new title, boom. It's on the YouTube page for you guys to enjoy if you weren't able to watch the whole stream here, and maybe you wait a few weeks and it comes off of Twitch. Hey, what's up, Tybalt? No, you cannot. See, like, tonight, like, I feel like maybe I should be playing Tron. I feel like maybe we should have been innovating and playing around with Bridgevine ourselves. Just lots of feels. Let me open a new copy. That last match just made me think, like, I feel like this version is very close. I feel like my take on the deck is very close. I think I just want a way for everybody to get haste. Right? People have tried bushwhackers with this deck. I mean, there's the Unearth guy. The Unearth, yeah, there's Scourge Devil. I just wish there was a cheaper creature that did it. I don't think there is. I don't think that there is. But I think that Devil could be something sweet to test in the list as well. There's like a lot of games you just need to jam. Don't get me wrong, like some of these creatures have built-in haste, right? Bloodghast if they're low enough, Vengevine always. But like sometimes you just need to get in with those zombie tokens, and Devil lets you do that. That might be a fun one of to test. Don't get me wrong, I've liked the Hedron Crabs. They've also stretched our mana base a little bit. Like I like the blue splash, but there have been other cards that I like too in the list. Oops. Why don't we try Scourge? And why don't we bring back that split card we used to play too? What was it called? Driven? Yeah, let's play this again. We can go back to Jund, right? Or maybe even do what a lot of players are doing, which is splashing for... they splash for... Oh gosh, what's the name of that card? Actually, I want to keep testing the Revival because it's kind of like an extra Altar of Dementia. I think I'm going to go back to 4 Carrion Feeder. I am going to keep it, I think, though, at 3 Gravecrawler. I actually did kind of like that change. Let's play this full suite of feeder again. You do need to be able to sacrifice the suppliers. We could play Dark Blast also for that reason, because you need to crack these. And there's some games where I just am not able to, despite 8 sacrifice cards. What's up, Goblin Guy? I just had this deck on the mind because we did just play against it. This is a 0 as well. These are 2s. This is a 3. Okay. Have I thought about playing Elemental Harbinger? I have seen that technology. The Evoke builds play Harbinger. Harbinger is both a creature for Vengevine and it tutors for it does also set up a Vengevine. I've seen people do that. It's kind of a neat little take on the deck. So I'll have to change the mana base. Seems alright. That's kind of a neat idea. Harbinger, because it's a 1-drop, so like if I slimmed on Feeders or Gravecrawlers post board, like we're still bringing in 1-drops. So what would you do though? You play 1 or 2 of these, and then you play, we'd have to make some room somehow. It's 13 lands, 56. Now we don't have room for this. We could just do that again. Alright, 2 Harbingers, give me, not Shriekmaw, give me, although Shriekmaw is an interesting inclusion if we do have Flamekin. My friend likes to shave 1 to 3 altars in the mirror. That makes sense. Alright, Wismere. One and 2. Ingot Chewer. Shriekmaw. Oh, I'm sure it does. I'm sure on occasion it does get there. So we got like a cutesy little Flamekin package. It does also find Vengevine, interestingly enough. Like if you have a discard spell, that might be worth tutoring for actually. So a bunch of cards that aren't. Then we have this package. We could try. That sounds like something I'd enjoy doing, and testing some of these other fun ofs that I'd like to test, like Therapist, Revival, Driven to Despair, and Scourge Devil. These are all things I've wanted to test in the deck. Let's flesh out the rest of the mana base. So this build, actually, I've still seen Gemstone in the 4-color versions hinging on white. I've still seen Gemstone mine from these builds. Somebody suggested playing the Painland. I think I'm still going to go with Gemstone. Run Godless Shrine. Oh, we're going to run Godless too. So that'd be 2 Crypts, just 1 Overgrown Tomb. So like this build has a little bit tougher time hard casting Vengevine. But I mean between 3 Gemstones and the Tomb it should be able to do it. Yeah, give me a Godless Shrine. Okay. Maybe we could cut a fetch to play 2nd Overgrown Tomb if you really, really wanted to. I don't hate that. Also, like at that point, I'd almost rather just be playing more red source. Sometimes it comes up where you wish the deck had a 2nd basic, and if we were to play 2nd basic, it most likely would be red source. You can make an argument for it being green because of Blood Moon. Yeah. I think I'm going to keep it heavy on the fetches, but still play Gemstone. I liked the Gemstone when we played the Hedron Crabs, and that was a splash of blue, so it's this one version doing a very, very light splash of Wismere, I think is cool. Yeah, I could see me playing this take on the deck. maybe going a little bit deeper with the Harbinger than anybody really normally does, like with the cutesy Shriek Maw. But we tried Shriek Maw before. All these evoke creatures have synergy for bridge. They also have synergy for Vengevine. I don't know if you can be queued for multiple. I don't know if they've set it up that way. Yeah, I don't think you can. I don't think that I can. This would be Torgak, not Crabgak. Flamekin Bridgevine, Torgak Bridgevine. I think we're on 1.8 of that version. It is 10:19 though. I'd like to go to bed, but like I'd also like to jam this just for you guys to see that I have enjoyed the deck and I have enjoyed innovating on like some of the main deck slots and some of the sideboard shenanigans. We haven't tested Scourge Devil at all yet, and I actually haven't tried the Harbinger sideboard plan yet. I haven't. I have not. We'll do it if I can maybe get all the cards in one go. I don't know if we're going to be able to, money-wise. And we would just do a singleton. But the deck is pretty robust. What I'm doing here, chat, if you're new to the stream, is I'm just cutting cards so that we can just order the cards that I actually need, putting into a deck file. Still got my own Hogax. I probably need a dump. I probably missed the boat on an opportunity to dump them, actually. I need pretty much everything else. Step 4, Stitchers, and the mana base. We're good on the mana base. Yeah, so I need this. So go ahead and export that. I feel like most Hogaak lists are 7 Graveyard Hate cards, 6 to 7 anti-Leyline cards. I don't know what to tell you, Kishi. Sometimes Twitch does not give you that notification. You gotta stay glued to your phone. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that to yourself. Alright, deck editor. Clear. Add to cart. I feel like we're already testing plenty. I don't know, it's like sometimes with this deck I don't even bother with Graveyard Hate. Like the Crabgak build didn't even bother. Just win the dice roll. Also, a lot of the Graveyard Hate that this deck wants to be playing certainly gets a lot stronger after the new Mulligan rule. That's not me saying that we shouldn't. Oh, I don't have enough balance, so that's going to be a no-go, guys. Sorry to disappoint. We'd have to give back the Thopter-Sword deck. I can't at the moment. Let me see if there's other loans I could maybe give back. I'm pretty sure we're holed up here. Yeah, I mean, just most of my account is scored up in the deck we're currently playing. I got like a bunch of other like little returns I need to do, and they do add up. Does that really add up that much? Microtransactions, man. Let me look at the cart. I got 158 left, but no, it's not going to math out. So, in short, maybe we'll jam this next stream after we finish the league with the Thopter-Sword deck. I do think that Torgar has a lot of potential in the archetype in general, no matter what sideboard plan you're doing. I think that we're not the first people. Daniel Warbeck wrote an article on Torgar on the MTG The Source. You can check out his article there. Highly recommend that you do. Just so you guys don't think I'm a lunatic for testing. Oh, we're on version 2.4 actually. So this should have been 2.5. So I've taken kind of all the other things that we figured out in the deck into this version. But yeah, so I think if you're gonna play the 4th color, I think Gemstone Mine's great, right? We're not trying to play a long game anyway. Who cares if we sometimes use all the different mining counters on this? When we were playing the gemstones earlier in previous versions, I rarely used it up all the way. Game was usually over at that point. Either the opponent hated us out and we're just done, or we did the thing and they lose. Did you have Oh yeah, Kishi, you would be interested in that, wouldn't you, my friend? Let me screenshot this though for everybody in the chat. Yeah, I can shoot you a deck list for the Mardu. In fact, I'll just do it here. Oh, or I didn't save it. I didn't save it here, did I? Okay, don't worry. It was did I save it under Mardu Saheeli? I think I did. I did not. Okay, it's going to be under Saheeli then. It is not. What did we save it as, chat? You guys aren't going to know the answer to that. Oh, man, what do we call the deck? Hang on. It'll be a new deck box. Because it's a deck I made since the art update. So don't worry, chat. I will sniff it out by its deck box. These days I usually put my lists on Stream Decker, so I'm surprised that it is not there. Okay, let's see. Here it is. It was under deck, apparently. It was under that. Sorry about that, guys. So, that was my smartphone reminding me that I do need to sleep. Alright, so we played like a really jank version of the deck. In some ways, I lowered the curve. In other ways, I increased it. But basically, it was playing Saheeli as sort of a pseudo replacement for Young Pyromancer. I think some of the card choices I ended up going into probably hurt us because I think the original build of the deck had, I think Rampage was main. Like if I could rewind time and play the list, it had Rampage, Brutality, and I think like a one of Lightning Helix. There were no Lilianas, which I think is totally right because we're a Blood Moon deck and we were having trouble. I like that card, especially for playing Aid. We'll probably just cut Aid, the Fallen. List didn't have Stonies. I liked them, but I also didn't like them. Turning off the baubles felt like a bit of a non-bow. I mean, we could even play something weird like... I mean, we could actually play Kataki. Or better yet, we could play... maybe not Kataki, but we could play like... Vandal Blast. Something like that. I like Vandal Blast because it scales. Blue Red Pyro. Pyro Unearth New Pyro. That sounds sweet. Maybe like some number of Vandal Blast. Maybe just one. I do like that this card has the overload on it. Yeah, I would probably retool this list. I'm gonna save it so that we can actually find it more easily next time. But yeah, we'll fool around with it. I think that the Lightning Helix was nice. I think that the Kaya actually feels more like a sideboard card. Nah, come to think of it, it should have been in there. This is actually kind of a cool inclusion. Not something you normally see from Pyromancer. I like that. I also feel like we should have gotten more like grindy afterboard. I've been seeing some people play Nahiri post board in these Mardu decks. I actually really like that. Playing this Nahiri, of course. I like that. Not sure what else. I mean, there's also new Sorin. I actually kind of like new Sorin. With the reanimate on him. Return to our creature, convert mana cost X. Maybe we don't have enough stuff worth reanimating though. That's why we didn't look into Unearth for this take on the deck. Do like this card though, but we'll probably just play Nahiri. And then I don't know what the other cards should have been. Um, some catch-alls would have been nice. You gotta kind of pick and choose when it comes to this color combination. I mean, there's like the white beast within. We could have maybe messed around with. That also lets us hit people's basics. Once we've switched over to like if we're up against a deck that does have some number of basics, the blood moon's a little weaker. What is that? Gift. It's kind of a cool card that Mardu hasn't had access to before. Maybe this is a fun of to try. Generous. Yeah, destroy permanent we could blow up. Like without having to run. Because sometimes out of these Mardu decks you'll see like Stone Rain effects after board. But like this gives us a Stone Rain effect that also can hit enemy planeswalkers or other scary things we need to hit. Who cares if they have an elephant, right? I don't really care. It's an interesting idea. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go to bed. I'll screenshot this for you since you sounded like you were interested in Saheeli-Mancer. I'm going to find us another stream to host over to. Thank you guys so much for staying, those of you that were able to. Let's see what we got. Goblin Lackey is playing Legacy Goblins. Sick. Oh, it was miserable, Kishi. Please do though. You can learn a lot from my mistakes and punts. It just seemed like the curve was slightly too high. That's all. That was like the big thing. So I think I'd recommend bringing the curve down like this just a little bit. Probably play a little better, a little bit better. Pyromancer. Okay. There's us. Mono Green Tron. There's got to be something worth hosting you guys over to. Hang on. I like to host you guys or raid at the end of the streams if I can. There's got to be something sweet happening. Modern is broken. Devoted Druid. Let's see, he says Modern's broken. Okay, we're playing Mono Red Prison. That seems sweet. Yeah, there's some sweet stuff going on. Ooh, Ren in 6 in Vintage. I'm gonna send you his way. That sounds sweet. I'll see you guys. Yeah, say hello to I'm actually level 1 for me. I'll see you guys on the next show. I'll see you. Good night, everybody. And thank you, Jade. You have wonderful, amazing dreams as well. If I don't see you again before your birthday, happy birthday, Jade. Happy birthday. I'll see you. All right, you guys have a nice night. Peace. BrewSpy out. I'll see you. Why are you still here? I know you're still here because I'm going to host to somebody. I'll see you.